Hi everyone, my name is Yuchen Wang and this is my technical presentation. My topic is Bridge Design Pattern, a software design pattern. Here is my outline of today's presentation. First, I will talk about the general idea of bridge design pattern, and then I will give an example in the software design to show how it works. Lastly, I will talk about the advantages and disadvantages of the bridge pattern. Firstly, the general idea of bridge pattern. The Game of Four introduces the bridge pattern, and its definition is decouple an abstraction from its implementation so that two can violate independently. So the main idea of bridge pattern is separate the abstraction from the implementation. By this process, we can reduce the number of classes and avoid the Cartesian product of the interface and the abstraction elements. What does it mean? It means we can use any interface as an implementation for our abstraction without creating a new class. To achieve this goal, there will be two parts of the bridge pattern, abstraction and implementation. Abstraction has an interface in reference to the implementer. For abstraction and implementation, both have concrete children to determine how the interface and abstraction work in detail. The children of the abstraction define what message the class has, and the children of the implementer define the interface show what kind of detail. Here is the UML class diagram. We can see the relationship between the implementer and the abstraction. Two parts also have concrete children. To help you understand the bridge pattern, I will give a specific example to show how bridge pattern works in software design. Here goes the scenario to help you understand the bridge pattern. Assuming we are building a cooking website to help users learn recipes and search recipes with different ingredients. We have different abstractions, including recipes, ingredients, author, and so on. For each abstraction, we may have a different interface to present them to users. Thinking about a website, we may see the small but impressive view of a recipe on the main page. There may be a shortcut of picture and title. This is enough to attract the user to click into it. When we click into the page, we can find a detailed view of our recipe, including not only picture and title, but also instructions of the recipe and ingredients. To present the two views of the recipe elements like recipe, author, and ingredients, we may need to build multiple subclasses like short view of recipe, detailed view of recipe, and short view of author, detailed view of author, and so on. However, if we use bridge pattern, we can simplify this process and do not need to create subclasses by that product, which can lead to large number of subclasses. With bridge pattern, we only need to reference the implementer to abstraction when we need to use the interface to show message of a concrete abstraction. So here is the UML diagram of the bridge design pattern in this case. The view class is the reference of the resources. For example, when we need to present a recipe in the short view, we first need to get the information of the recipe using function, the concrete class of abstraction, and pass it to interface view class. Then, in the children of view, short view will define how to present the shortcut but impressive view of recipe user. This process can apply to all of the abstractions. Children of the view class can be applied to any kind of resources. Children of resource class can also use any kind of view as implementation to present. A view can get any message from source with a function, like the picture and snippet, to get the picture of the recipe, picture of the ingredients, or the snippet of the recipe. With this method, we can pair up each children of the view and the children of resource. we avoid the situation of a set product of view and resource. This helps us reduce the number of subclasses. That's how bridge design patterns work. Lastly, I will talk about the advantages and disadvantages of bridge design pattern. First comes the advantage of the bridge pattern. The biggest advantage of it is that it separates the abstraction from implementation, so that it helps reduce the number of classes. As we talked before, we use pair up rather than set product of classes. There is no need of multiple subclasses. Next is that it can be easily extended. We only need to modify the implementation and the abstraction to add function of our class. The structure of the bridge pattern is clear, so we can easily improve the software. Then is the disadvantages of the bridge design pattern. This design pattern increases the complexity of our program. It is undoubtful that applying all the implementers to the abstraction is difficult to work out, since the types of message in each abstraction are varied, and the performance of bridge design pattern may be affected, since the abstraction and implementers are not linked directly. When operation excluded, the message is passed from abstraction to implementer. This will affect the performance. This is all of my presentation. Thank you for listening. I hope this can help you understand the bridge design pattern and use it in your project. Thank you very much. Here is my references.